Gimai Seikatsu or Days with My Stepsister episode 5. And this was actually quite a deep episode. I definitely didn't expect an episode like this because normally with this anime we have been seeing that the episodes are very chill or very relaxing. And that doesn't mean of course that they are flat. That doesn't mean that they don't have anything to them. They do, but normally you would not expect something like this. But no, like I said already, this episode was quite the opposite. Even though there's some things that I still don't get, I think overall the episode was quite deep, was quite complex in its, I guess you can say, presentation in what it wanted to do. Yeah, I think a lot of people are going to appreciate an episode like this from time to time because again, this episode was a little bit different, not necessarily, completely opposite of the other episodes, but yeah, definitely there was a noticeable, difference. And the reason for this is because of what we saw in the first half of the episode. If we remember correctly, we saw that, Shiori, which is, Yuta senpai, and also Yuta go into a movie, go to watch a movie. And I guess some people may call it a date, even though both of them don't consider it. But yeah, they go to watch a movie, and the movie that they watch is actually, you can say, a reflection of what is happening in the real life. Although, like I said at the beginning of the review, there were some things that I still don't fully grasp. For example, and I guess the biggest one of them all was the thing that she said after watching the movie. Was that a real, thing? Or was she perhaps, maybe saying something else? Because if it is real what she was saying, then that is huge. That is actually, something very, I guess you can say, deep in the anime. Because, I mean, we're talking about her potentially dying in 6 months or something like that. I mean, I don't think she said the specific time. I mean, she just said a similar line to what was said in the movie. But if it's true, then, I mean, yeah, that is a lot of potential future traumatic events for Yuta if that were to happen. But I guess the other possibility is that she was testing Yuta to see if he was her soulmate, her potential love interest. Maybe she was testing him in that way. She was testing him to see if he was actually someone that she can actually like. And maybe her reaction to seeing his response was that of, yeah, he's definitely a person that I really like. He's definitely a person that I can see myself with. It could either be that she will actually die, in the future, or perhaps she was just testing him to see, again, if he's actually a love potential for her. I know that may sound a little bit rude, a little bit, selfish to say, but I don't mean it that way. I mean, we all saw the scene, it didn't came out that way. But yeah, that confused me a little bit. I don't know what she was exactly referring to in that scene. I mean, maybe she was actually being truthful. Maybe she likes the movie and the book because it actually reflects what is happening in the real life with her. Maybe something like that is possible. I guess we'll have to wait and see in the future. Maybe in the next couple of episodes that will be explained a little bit further. Or maybe it was actually made very clear in this episode and I'm just not getting it. It could be something like that because, I mean, maybe that is the case, that I'm just not getting it. Maybe for all of you it was actually very clear, very, transparent. I don't always grasp everything that happens in an episode. I mean, far from that. The other part of the episode was just as interesting because we saw the two love rivals. I think it is pretty fair to call them that at this point in time. Yeah, we saw them both interacting. We saw them both meeting for the first time. And it was actually quite interesting because we see the reaction from both of them. We see that one of them is very observant, is very, watching every move that they are making. And I'm talking about Saki, of course. She's just there watching, being jealous, of course. And yeah, we even saw her in the last scene that she was, a little bit sad, a little bit uneasy, a little bit nervous because she doesn't like what she's watching. Because, of course, as we all know, Saki likes Yuta. And yeah, that is why in the last scene we see her quite sad, quite uneasy. And then on the other hand, we see Shiori. She's actually very, well, just being herself. She's being very out there. She's being very interactive. She's being very Shiori-like. Yeah, I mean, she's just herself. Although one could make the argument that she was actually jealous, it is that she was not showing it. I mean, I guess that is a perfectly valid way of thinking because maybe that is actually happening. Yeah, I mean, I guess we can say also that she does actually like, Yuta. I'm talking about Shiori because this episode made it seem like it was that way, that she does actually like him. By the way, I find it quite funny that if Shiori does actually like Yuta, she's not making things easier for herself because, I mean, she's almost pushing Yuta and Saki to be together. Also, I wanted to mention that maybe Shiori is not the only, love rival that we're going to see for Saki in this anime. Maybe there's going to be other, girls that will also like Yuta. We could also see a love rival for Yuta himself. So yeah, there was also a scene that maybe perhaps a lot of people missed, that it was a little scene where Saki was watching a poster, or not so much watching, but reading a poster where it was advertised that they were hiring. So yeah, I could potentially see her working with, Yuuta in the future, maybe in the next episode, who knows? Because I mean, she is very jealous, she likes Yuuta. I mean, why would she not want to work with him? I mean, who knows? Maybe that will actually happen. So yeah, that was the episode. A really interesting episode, definitely a great episode. And if you don't want to miss the next episode review, please subscribe to the channel. Also, if you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up. And yeah, that will be everything by me. And I guess I'll see you all in the next episode review.